around music, DJing, and music scene in Kopangan, or like everything mostly. So if you have any questions, you hit in the comments or send some personal messages, up to you. So we could just chat a little bit and then how like easy, you know. So Mark, you stay like really long time already in Kopangan,
Yeah.
and you play pretty lot of places. So how it's been to be a DJ in Kopangan for last years? What do you think?
It's been great. Like I absolutely love the vibe here. The variety in particular is something that really
Mm-hmm.
turns me on.
Yeah.
The different kind of venues that we have. As a DJ, I've always played loads of different kind of styles.
Yeah.
And here on Koh Phangan, when I arrived here, it was a bit more on the progressive kind of tip, but I feel now there's loads of venues, not to mention Hollystone for one, where you can just play some really good upfront house music.
Yeah.
But playing these different venues, I like to have different styles ready for them, so it's great to be able to play.
Yeah, it's really cool for me also that I am personally discovered the house music like not so long time ago as well. I mean, I was playing different kind of music, but then I just feel that I really get more into house music, and because it's more funky and more funny and more sounds for me like just a party,
Yeah.
with no deep like like going somewhere, and
Yeah.
not like journey or something, just like just nice people dancing, having fun, sweating
Totally.
little bit, drink one beer, met someone, go home, and like okay, with
Bang.
yeah, like everyone happy, not like not going crazy for months or weeks or days or like.
Yeah, I think the key is it's feel good music.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key to it. Certainly one of the parties that I play for in London, which is a sober rave.
Yeah.
They don't have a particular style. It's not like they want tech or they want funky or they want that. They just want good to feel good with the music.
Mm.
The kind of music that really you don't need drugs for. You know, it's full of great energy already, and I think that's the crossover. You know, like a lot of the music, which don't get me wrong, I love to play as well. It can be a little bit more deep and it's a bit more drug orientated. It can take you on a real special journey.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the house is a bit more upfront and can just be really about having fun on the journey.
Yeah, but the thing is that when I remember when I was like just coming to Kopangan, couple of first parties around, going there, going here. Of course, first one was Full Moon, but then I was just start to discover other things, and I still really was in love with just good music. I mean, the not drug oriented, or I really pick from all night. I can pick one or two or three tunes, and even now I'm listening it. It sounds really nice. It have idea inside. It have some vocal. You can pick the track from the whole set. You can remember this like, oh, what it was
Yeah.
like. You come back home and like you start to Google like what it was like. Hey, you know, you was searching. It was happened with me a couple of times. I wasn't a DJ. I don't know. I have no idea how to look for music.
Yeah.
But when I get to somebody's, I remember a couple of tracks. I come back home and like just everywhere like start to like searching the tracks, and I found them.
Yeah.
And before I found them, I didn't go sleep. Like I was
Yeah.
like, looking for them like already like morning 10 a.m. and I was like no, I need to find them. Otherwise, I was afraid that I can forget the tune.
Yeah.
So most of this music was like it still was a tune. You can really divide one tune from another tune.
Yeah.
You can really describe, oh, this is like that, this is like that. It wasn't like just like some tracks which is like make you like some mood, and you
Yeah.
cannot pick the track. How
Yeah, I mean, very minimal differences between the tracks.
how
Yeah.
you describe it was like bloop, bloop, bloop,
Yeah.
bloop, and then like
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you that's what I thinking when you go to the events. You really pick the tunes, you pick the vocals, you pick the guitar hooks, you can pick the riffs, you can pick the atmosphere and on anything like.
Yeah.
But you really can take back to your home only tunes like that. So I personally really like to play some tunes rather
Yeah.
than just tracks.
Yeah.
And it happens like that house music have plenty of tunes.
for sure.
Like techno music, not so much tunes. It's
Yeah.
more like tracks. Progressive music have some tunes, you can find them, but it's still more and more now like more just like tracks, you know.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind anyway, I always thought the kind of techno style was, I would describe it as a mood. You know, like it's a mood that makes you go into a certain zone, whereas the house music is more of a feeling. You know, that's the way I've always seen it. And certainly when I started DJing in '99, then it was all house music, and really house music was taking over the world at that point. And that's when Defected Records were peaking, Subliminal Records with Eric Morillo, and the funky house was dominating the UK charts. You know, that you'd put on the radio, you'd hear Music Sounds Better With You and all these tracks, so I kind of grew up with that.
It's quite interesting for me that the house music is reborning and reborning and reborning and just like
Always.
non-stop reborning. Like, okay, you have these classic tunes from 90s which get start and roots comes from 80s, maybe from 70s, and
Yeah.
now in 2000s you start to use the 90s, and then in 2010s you do the from 90s and 80s, and
Yeah.
all sound like, oh, it's like good old track, but it's all like still become newer and
For sure, it just gets recycled, and,
Yeah.
it just goes round in circles,
still,
you know.
and still sound fresh. Like
Yeah.
for me, it's kind of already like a big trend for last couple of years in house music, tech house music, that you really use a lot of vocal chops from this 80s, 90s hip hop
Yeah.
music or something, and like everything just start to working. Everyone like
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
Even like the guys who is like 20 years old and he's still like
Well, that's actually some of the coolest thing that I've realised DJing recently over the last few months, not just in Pyongyang, before when I was in the UK and Europe. Then obviously we're getting older a little bit now. I'm 38, so yeah, I've been DJing since I was 18. And when I started DJing, like these tracks, that really blew my mind. I mean, for me, the best music really was the late 90s, early 2000s. And now these tracks are coming back again. But even when they're not, quite often I might just play one of these tracks from 99, 2000 to a dance floor, and you can see these kids 18, 19 years old, they're hearing it for the first time, like it's blowing their mind. So a lot of these tracks get recycled, remixed, maybe they just chop a little bit of a vocal so that people can recognize it, and bring it into like, you know, the 2020 time zone.
Yeah, and the good thing about good track, I noticed that if you make new good track, or you found some new track, and if it's really good, it sounds like, oh, it's like you know this track, you knew this track for ages.
Yeah.
But no, like it
Yeah.
was done like 1 month ago. You cannot know this track for ages, but it sounds like
Yeah,
so
familiar.
like, some familiar,
Yeah.
something like oh, like somewhere. So people start to like overthinking this process, and
Yeah.
yeah, but it's really cool to know about the music now, and really cool to just analyze what's going on. I just checking the sources, and when I looking for the music. So when it become like a trend, okay, I think you have couple of months, maybe a year, before it gets already boring. Before it's like,
Yeah.
everyone do like this. Like remember, like maybe couple of years ago when Fisher arrives,
Yeah.
and everyone like, wow, like.
Yeah.
Now, like after a year, you put in YouTube, make track like Fisher, and you have like hundreds and thousands
Yeah.
of tracks and videos, and now you check the Beatport or anything, you have really a lot of tracks was influenced or like have
Yeah.
kind of partly. So, and then you need to look for something new, like
Yeah.
because this is not gonna stay for long.
Yeah, that can happen when a new trend comes in. It gets so popular that it just, if it gets that popular, it burns out. You know, people get sick of it. I remember 2005. That was like the rebirth of electro, and it sounded so great and so fresh. And all
Yeah.
these amazing tracks from the '90s were getting the electro remix,
Mm-hmm.
and it carried on into 2006. Really, really intense. And by the end of 2006, everyone was just so done with it. Like, right, I can't really do any more electro. And then I remember that's kind of when the tech started, the deep tech, minimal. So yeah, when it just, same with that kind of
Yeah.
Fisher sound that you were saying, it just gets so oversaturated that
Yeah.
you're like, you know what, I'm done with that sound.
Yeah, it's funny because I just discovered like a couple of weeks ago the remix for another Brick in the Wall, Pink Floyd,
Oh, nice.
done
Nice.
by Eric Prydz,
Yeah.
and it was like Prydz, 2009, and it's electro,
Yeah.
like just a normal another Brick in the Wall with electro, and it's
Yeah.
like I never sound
Yeah.
I never hear this before, and I was like, this
Yeah.
like it sounds really cool, but you can hear this is kind of old tune from 2000s, but it's like really
Yeah, it
really
still
nice.
still
Yes,
works.
still works, but for me it's not still work. It's just really work because I never heard this before.
Yeah.
So for me this track is like wow, really. So I will keep it and maybe put some time, someday, somewhere, and someone
Nice.
like gonna be really really crazy about it.
Yeah.
And talking about like for example, I keep this track. How you do usually with your tracks? You have like, or it's just like
No. There's definitely a very precise system.
yeah.
And actually, in this lockdown, every 2 or 3, maybe 4 years, I rearrange everything.
Yeah.
So I have many different styles like house, techno, funk, disco, chill out, and all these styles have subgenres inside.
Oh.
So house, deep house, chilled house, and for example, the chilled house folder has at least 20 folders inside the chilled house,
Whoa.
going from 1A, 1B, 1C, all the way up. And I generally organize it by power. So number 1 would be chill, warm up, and as you get to number 10, that's getting a bit more tough. But sometimes, you know, when you're organizing 3,000 chilled house tracks, it can be quite difficult to say, oh, is that going to be 1A or is that more of 2C? So once I'm nearly finished, I look in all the folders, usually about 20 tracks per folder, and I think that all these tracks kind of work together. Does that make sense? Is that a playlist almost? And then I try and organize it like that. But it took me around 3 weeks solid to reorganize everything.
But I think when I'm doing like that, I'm obviously doing the same, like making folders, deleting, adding, rearranging. And the thing is that this is kind of system, but this is not really the system. You can like if it's this folder, it not means this not gonna work in other time.
Oh, for sure.
And it happens really often for me when I thought, oh, this is just some good song for chill out, for warm up. But this is actually great track. If you put it in the middle of the night, everyone gonna go crazy because it's like really proper production. And I see in Holystone for last years, I ask many DJs to play, and some of them they like okay, they play like 3 hours, and first hour is empty dance floor, and then slowly build up, and then have a lot of people. And the first hour they play like perfect music, like amazing tracks, like but then when it's build up with the people, they just start to bang like tech house, like boom, 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 boom. And you're like, man, you play like so good music before, why you not switch it like why? Because I think sometimes the DJ brain, like my brain, did the same mistakes or did this understanding of the track a bit wrong when you think it's like, oh, it's too cheesy or like it's too like that, but basically it's really can work way later. So I think it's really good for the track when it can be sound like okay, just normal, and at the same time it can be really banging. Then it's really nice. Then it's not so obvious this like.
For sure. That's getting back to your original question, why it can be quite difficult to organise your tracks, because some tracks do that. Oh, it can be great for warm-up, but it can also obviously be great for an after-party. Shit, what folder am I going to put that in?
Yeah, and then
you know, it's it can be tricky like that.
And you can just go like cycle and cycle. You just like go like more warm-up again, but this is can be after-party, then you bang some tunes, then again like that. And but when we talk about after party, I think it's like it's already different genre and it's like different planet where people already like dancing for 2 days, and then like then really you need to rearrange again all these things, like because it's already sounds totally different. Like you need, I think when you play for this kind of venues, you need to understand that it's a bit different, like, and for sure not try to not drop some famous cheesy
Yeah.
vocal from 80s like Sweet Dreams, and people like,
Yeah.
like what the fuck.
Yeah.
They're not gonna understand what's going on, because
Yeah.
they come there for party, like,
For sure. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there also, but
Yeah.
maybe it sometimes sound really good when you have like Sweet Dreams or anything.
Yeah, but you know, something that Koh Phangan made me realize way more so than Ibiza, and it's fascinating that everyone really hears music differently.
Yeah.
So, for example, we could be at a venue in Koh Phangan, and they have two regular DJs. You're listening and you love the first one, and I love the second one. And we get on, we both respect each other musically, and we're
Yeah.
like, how did you prefer? You can't believe that you preferred that, but you're just hearing it differently, you know, and it's really, really interesting. So like some music is going to work with certain people for sure, but I think the key is to try and place like the energy of the room, you know, so you're pleasing like the not the majority, like the energy in the room's great, so even if you, for example, didn't like that particular track, you can see the rest of the room vibing, and okay, it might not be your favorite style, but you can get on with it, you know.
Yeah,
like
that,
you feed
that-
off the rest.
That's for sure. Until I'm not mumbling and walking on the party like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. Like,
Yeah.
if I feel like, then I better leave. You know,
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
not make mess for people who Ну вот я включил звук, а звука нет. У нас тут. Окей.
Maybe type we're fixing the problems so they stop that again.
Окей, back. Ну вот я включил звук, а звука нет.
Check.
У нас тут. Все есть.
Yeah, all good?
Okay, sorry guys, let us know if something wrong, and good to see everyone.
Yeah, guys, nice to see you on
actually,
here.
like Benoit watching us.
Hey, Benoit, nice to see you, brother. And Willie.
Willie and Mint, some Thai girl, and
Nice.
yeah,
Hey, Vera.
yeah, everything
Cool.
is cool.
Nice. So, yeah, I don't know what you guys missed, but we were just talking about Backyard and how much we both miss it. In fact, am I correct in saying that I managed to get you your first gig at Backyard? It was for my my birthday.
Yes. And then
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, they asked sometimes me to play.
Yeah, I
later,
remember that.
and then they really start to ask me when they move to the new place. But the new place, it just
It wasn't gonna do it.
it's just not possible. It's
well,
no way.
Like we said, the Backyard for me was so special because it had a certain sound, and when I started to play Backyard, I played real hard techno, like the kind of techno that I hadn't played since Ibiza many years ago, since my boat party, and it just felt right. Okay, not every time if it was super quiet, maybe I don't play full on techno, but certainly when there was people, and I wouldn't really play that music anywhere else on the island. It didn't fit, you know.
Techno.
Yeah, hard, like full power techno, like 128 BPM, no messing around. Maybe I play one or two tracks in a set somewhere else. But Backyard was just a proper stomp, and since it's closed, I haven't really had somewhere to burst out that techno, which I kind of miss.
I heard this legend about the Backyard that one time Sven Fett was playing there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I heard Lee Burridge, and I think that's a fact. Lee Burridge for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, many years back. But Sven Bath, I never heard that one.
The full legend, okay.
Back to back with Carl Cox?
No.
With the sound system?
No, I tell you the full legend, because the full legend is quite funny for me.
Yeah.
So, Sven Fett was playing in Backyard, and after he played for 20 minutes, the Thai guy, the owner, he come to him and say, okay, stop. And he shoot down this Sven Fett, because he said this is not the Backyard. We need because I know what is the sound in Backyard. You come and it's just like non-stop this shit. Just you come in the morning and this shit.
If that's true, then amazing.
Yeah, that's this legend I heard like a couple of times, and I'm telling this legend now as a total true many times already. So
yeah. But I remember the style you used to play, that I remember going back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, past 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Then that was Backyard as well, you know. Okay, it might not be fourth to floor techno, but it was tough, it was fast, it was high energy. And that was a real kind of Backyard sound. Even like the Thai guys, you know, On, who plays there a lot, most of the tracks they play are from before, you know, from like early days. They still sound good, it's a very Backyard feeling. But yeah, it doesn't need to be, same as me actually, most of the techno that I play was a bit more old school, you know.
The sound was more like tech house, more minimal, more like this old kind of thing, like a lot of percussion and just non-stop groove, like.
Yeah, that's it, just non-stop.
All the time, just like, with no this like minutes of breakdowns, with no this, just like.
Yeah.
Everyone like that. Someone lay down. Someone like sitting. Someone have a gun. Someone like.
It was crazy. I think my favorite was my birthday when I got you down, and they basically said, okay, Marco, we give you 6 hours for like of the day that you can organize for your birthday. And I think we had you, Ronnie, and Miguel Matos, and me for the 6 hours, and perfect.
Was really nice. I think it's one of the last parties I've been like really full on there. Like, so if anyone can do something with the bringing back the Backyard, please bring the Backyard. And this is just this is what I really like also on the island. This is like, you don't need to have like second Backyard. You have Backyard, you understand how it is. Like, okay, you have like Eden, you have Guy's Bar, you have Full Moon, you have Loyle, you have Seaboard, you have Holystone. Everyone have their own thing, and you don't need to copy, or like you don't need to do the same thing, like, because like you just don't need, or like Peace and Love, only one Peace and Love like that.
Yeah.
I don't know any other venue like as a Peace and Love now on the island. Like
Yeah.
it's completely like one and only like real like after party.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe before when Benoit was doing the Ocean Rock.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like
Yeah, it progressed into
yeah,
that basically.
it was start maybe
Yeah.
there.
I mean, I remember the Peace and Love, was it 2 years ago, before they had the refurb, before the
Yeah.
change? Then that was magic as well, you know, like it was really special, but I think it progressed from the Ocean Rock to the Peace and
Yes,
Love.
yes.
I mean, Peace and Love was there before, but actually becoming the after party.
The thing
It's
is
now
that
taken the top.
I was playing Peace and Love way long time before I start to play everywhere, because it was just small bar. It was like
Decks on
just
the
couple
table,
of Thai guys, and everyone was smoke bong and nobody cares. So I was coming there and like, hey, can I play some music? Oh, no problem, you play.
Yeah.
So, but it was no audience, no people. It's just like you play for the ocean and.
Totally
and two guys who is just smoking bong.
Yeah, totally fine though, right?
Yeah. And you can play 5 hours, 6 hours,
Yeah.
and you just like
Yeah.
So yeah, I was playing like that and met a couple of DJs who was coming after the Eden, and they was like, yeah, actually you play good.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
really good stuff. You need to play somewhere else. I was like, okay, good, thank you. So they start to like that bring me to some other places.
Yeah.
So the Peace and Love was the first place I would ever like spin some tunes like publicly.
Yeah.
Before only like at my home to my girlfriend or to some friends or like.
Yeah.
But Peace and Love was my first thing to play, and until now, when some people come into the island, some DJs, big DJs or not so big DJs from the Russia or Europe or from somewhere, and we talk with them and they, hey, how to play like there, how to play there, I want to play there.
Yeah.
So each time I say I can do something, like I can, but this not really like can work. Like what is really working, if you really want to play, you just go and play.
Definitely.
Like it's so easy to want to play in peak hour like in jungle, but if you really want to play, nobody gonna put you just like that. If you really want to play, just find a bar with the two Thai guy with the bong or with the beer, with the one shitty speaker, and you say, oh, I play, and you play. And next time you bring one more shitty speaker, and then you bring 3 speaker. Like
for me, I mean, here and Ibiza, but actually let's stick to here. I mean, with Jungle, for example, when I used to do the bookings, if I get a message from somebody asking to play, and they've never been to Jungle Experience, I'm not really keen to book. Even though your music might be okay, I've got all these other people that are coming to support the party. As in, that's what I used to do, not with Jungle, but certainly growing up in Ibiza. You know, I really wanted to play space, so I would go every week, 3 times a week. You know, like getting the DJs, get to know the bar staff. Eventually, when I try and speak to the manager to get a shot, he's like, oh yeah, everyone talk. Oh yeah, Marco's been here like every week, like 3 times. Yeah, give him a shot. He's a nice guy. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how.
Not just like sending an email from afar. Hey, I know you've not heard of me, but can you book me for your party? It's like, doesn't you need to support the party that you want to play.
And most of the time they also just do this like a spam, just like to all parties in Copenhagen. Hey, you're doing really nice job. Can I play? Like, yeah, man. Like, why you just relax? Like, at least you like come and you talk like real. Like, you know, like. It happens with me a couple of times with Holy Stone. Some guys just appears like Monday daytime. Hello, I wanna play. I say like, okay, good. Where you play? I'm not really playing. I'm just having fun. I know how to DJ. My brother was a DJ.
Yeah.
Okay, like, can you put couple of tunes? He's like, yeah. Okay, I can put, but he say like, I can send you in the in the Facebook. I say no. You just open Spotify now and just put 2-3 tunes.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just show what music you like. And he's like, oh, this one. First thing, I never heard this music. I was like, okay, I never heard this music, and it was just just nice tech house, deep house. I was like, okay, done. You're up. No problem. Yeah. So yeah, it's but sometimes it can be different. So I think it's always like really depends, and sometimes someone just write you, hey, can you book me, and you book him just accidentally. One DJ gets sick, you miss the other one, and you need to put someone, and he's this the guy, and he was lucky, but it not means that then the next time the other guy who was doing the same just writing in Facebook, and he gonna get the booking. Though this
Yeah.
is just like someone lucky, someone don't lucky, but it's not
Totally.
mean. It's always like for me, I just not, because maybe I'm living quite long time and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not in the rush. I'm not in the rush. Like if I not play this week, no problem.
Yeah,
I
totally.
play next week.
Totally.
If not next, no problem. I play next month. If not next, no problem. I
Yeah.
can play in 2
Yeah.
months. I'm here, you know. Like I'm no rush, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, for me, like a Thailand thing. So for people who is like really in rush and busy and like, I'm gonna check my schedule. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Too intense. Yeah.
No, you don't worry. We just small place. We do some small thing, just
Yeah.
like not so like professional things, you know. Just
Yeah.
not going crazy with this one. So I hope if some DJs who plan to play somewhere heard this, maybe it will clear them up something. Cause I think most of time people think that the people who's taking in the charge of bookings, they're quite assholes.
They can, I mean, they can be. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe if someone was contacting Marco and asking him to play Django with no success, you don't worry. Like,
I mean, the other side of the coin, which I'm sure you can probably relate to with Hollystone,
yeah.
is it's difficult when Hollystone or Jungle you only have 2 or 3 slots available,
Mm-hmm.
and you have what 50 DJs like asking, so. And it's difficult because some of them good friend and they just naturally expect that you're going to book them, but sometimes it's just physically not possible. You don't have enough to please everybody, you know.
Yeah.
And that was actually the biggest stress of the job. Like I really loved my time at Jungle, but that was the biggest stress for sure. Like as in I wanted to book so many more that I wasn't able to, and a lot of the times the DJs they wouldn't say it, but they'd be pissed off. You know, I could tell by the action, the way I'd see them next time. And it's like, man, I wish you knew like how difficult the job is because you just can't please everybody, you know?
Yeah, I think I thank God I'm not so much as I think. I'm not so care. I'm care about not make people like mad or upset. But I just understand it's like really you cannot do really like everyone happy, and especially that I'm thinking more about the audience, you know.
Sure.
People who is coming every week, or like people who coming for exactly this party. If it's not my party, if it's other party, I still think first thing I think about the audience, about the dance floor, about the dancers, about the people who is inside of the party. So I just think about them. It's not about personalities or like I'm doing better or I'm doing
Sure,
better.
of course.
Like if someone is like, it happens, you know, like one DJ is like completely like, I don't know, drunk and just like I saw it like this.
Yeah.
So why like he need to like do this, and 500 people need to like listening when you have like on the backstage you have 10 like fresh good DJs with the USB sticks like
I'm ready.
I'm ready, and one guy like
yeah.
But it's happens like a couple of times, and I don't know how it's happened that this guy now have opportunity to play, and some guys is just up there like why in the end this guy is playing like, and it's just it's so funny sometimes, and it's a bit stupid sometimes, but it is how it is. So I think need to respect the DJs who writing you, and DJs who writing the bookers, you respect the bookers and respect everyone.
For sure,
And
exactly.
Not make, as you say, like someone gonna be pissed off or upset. Like it's also like it's not the reaction when someone say no to you. When I'm sending my like tracks to some labels.
Yeah.
And they just, if they answer to me and say, oh, sorry, but we think this is not our thing, maybe next time, it's already like, wow, they answer me,
you get a
thank
reply,
you,
sure.
okay. But you're not like pissed off, like fucking defected, like, why they don't pick my tune, like, they don't understand, like, they have this tech house, everyone have this tech house, but my tune, like, so you're not pissed off by this, but if they say yes, you're happy, but if they say no, you're just like, okay, it's no problem, you're gonna try some more, you can do next track better.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, when I'm trying to get gigs, then I'm very, very laid back about it. Similar to what you were saying earlier, you know, when I'm living here, then there isn't really a rush. You know, with that in mind, I mean, when I went to Eden for my first time, like most people, mind blown. It was the first time I heard David Chong as well. He came on at Sunrise, so that combined with Eden, I mean, it was incredible. And I kind of spoke to the owner, Chelsea, a little bit at that time, and then I saw her like a year later at the party. I said, hey, I'd love to play one time. Oh yeah, great, we'll get you down. 4 years passed, but during the 4 years I never messaged, I never hassled, because why? You know, like, I've got a lot of respect for the venue. I know what they're doing is working, and I know that at some point it's going to happen, you know, which it did, and you know, I've played there a load of times now. But I think because I've maybe done it for a jungle, you know what it's like booking, and the last thing you want is somebody really in your face, hey, can I play, and call you next week, can I play? It's like, man, you need to relax, chill when the time comes, you know. For sure.
Yeah, the last person who was really aggressive about booking was in Holystone, and I was standing talking with one guy, and then two really hot girls was passing, and one of my friend was like, wow, not me, my friend. So and they walk somewhere, and then in 2 hours one of these girl was really drunk, come to me and say, hey, let's talk. I have a friend, he's a DJ, he need to play, yeah, he can play now. I say now, he's like, yes, now. Like, and she's really drunk, smell like wow. Beautiful girl, really hot girl, and like completely drunk and talking about, I need to not book next week. Now.
Yeah. Next track.
Next track. And actually, this the DJ who is playing now, he have 5 minutes to get his things out, you know, like, because she really was walking in the DJ booth and like talk to my friend like, who is in charge, and like this, like, and he was like, what the fuck, like, what's wrong? And because he's playing good, and that's what I really like to do as a booker or organizer of the places, that I'm really stick to, of course, to some local DJs, of course, because not so much surprises with them. I mean, the last thing when you want to like prepare the night, you don't want to worry about one guy, because like he not local, he don't have motorbike, or he he need to take a boat from Koh Samui, and you like, he not gonna come. If he's okay, and then he come and he say, oh, I don't need cable, I don't need headphone. You're like, what the fuck, man? Like, why you just not like come and just like play, you know? Of course, I have any kind of cables already in my DJ booth, because anything can happen. But sometimes DJ asking also like, why everyone book the same DJs around? Because no surprise with them. They never
they do a good job, and you know it.
And they never set you up. Like if you do the event, you have many things to do. You need to, like, I'm doing like electric, I'm doing the sound, and when the first DJ play, I want to do some other things, and I don't want to worry walking around and worry about that, because I need to worry about like cables and amplifier, because my amplifier not so good now, maybe I need to do. So I'm mostly thinking about that, and then the guy appears and say, oh, I lost my bag with my DJ equipment. And you're like, okay, can I play from your laptop? You're like, sure. And I don't have controller. Can I play from the touchpad? Very good. Fucking sick. I
think with somewhere like Holystone and like a lot of parties here, they don't need an external DJ sort of like to pull in the crowd. And the party is more important than DJ, so you don't really need to book headliner every week. Say, oh yeah, this week at Holystone we have this DJ and this DJ. People come for the party. You know, same with Jungle. Like, certainly I know over the years they book more and more big DJs, but usually one per party, and the rest is local. And certainly during my time, it was to keep the shine on the party. You know, if you're booking a big DJ every month, and then it comes into low season and there's no big DJ, oh well, we're not going to go to the party. But if you keep it more local with the occasional big DJ, then that's all you need. You know?
I guess this what you just say now. This happens with a couple of places around. You remember like one place before Chacha Moon in Koh Samui?
Yeah, I used to play there a lot.
Yeah, it was like everyone was going there. Local scene, Koh Samui have pretty lot party people. They all went there. But then they start to book some big DJs.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 week you book like some
Local Dice, I remember
local
they had.
dice, hot scenes, or like
Yeah.
or someone like that. And then okay, next you have just local good DJs, but nobody care already.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so stupid.
Next
like,
week you have just local.
Yeah,
Local.
yeah, you do local. Local is local.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, you're spot on, man.
yeah, and you just miss the things. Okay, 'cause time to time you can do this kind of special things, but the whole thing is really losing when
Yeah.
you do this special booking thing or like so.
Yeah. And it keeps it humble in Thailand as well. You know, there's the biggest DJs. They're not getting booked here because the fees are crazy.
Mm.
You know, so Koh Phangan are certainly like they don't really afford it. I know Phuket have started to do like a lot of these kind of things, certainly before the shutdown. But here, I love it. That you know, the big DJs that we get here are DJs that are usually going to play a fraction of their usual cost. Maybe they're on the way to Australia or but
Yeah,
these
yeah,
kind of DJs, a couple of the ones that I booked over the years at Jungle, they're real DJs. Because if they weren't, a lot of the DJs like, listen, if you're not going to pay me my full fee, I'm not interested. You know, like running a business. So it's not really for the love of
Yeah.
DJing. But you know, some of the guys that'll do it for like a good discount because they know the party's going to be great, then yeah. I mean,
and especially people who already been in Koh Phangan, so they already like they love to come. Just if they have even like couple of days, they're just really passing
Totally,
by because
totally.
like they know how it is. Like, and actually, this is other thing about if we talk about the scene and the booking thing. This happens with the Koh Phangan many times that some DJ, big DJ, but not so big DJ,
Yeah.
kind of medium DJ. You maybe heard his name, but you never play his tracks. You know his name because you check the Beatport and Spotify, but you never play his tracks. So this guy is passing by the island, and he gonna play one place or two places. And since he is a big DJ, like kind of, he's bigger than local DJs, kind of, he gonna play the peak hour. But his production is like, okay,
not peak hour.
not
Yeah,
peak
yeah, yeah.
hour, some minimal tech, or maybe sometimes it's just even like slow, some slow tempo, tribal Africa stuff, and you put him in the peak time, and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
wait, come on,
Yeah.
come on, did you hear this? Like, why what's going on? Like, this is a kind of strange thing when you're not from here. You kind of bigger than you when you are here.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? Like, you check the local DJs, you check their production, you check their DJ set, you check how they do. Like, why you like book this guy? In the end, you pay him even more when you have local guy who is like
Yeah.
banging
And
hard.
although they might be a big DJ, then a lot of the time, unless you're going for that next grade of DJ, then this DJ is not really going to pull in like the people. Not a lot of the time, it's not going to justify the cost of that DJ.
Yeah.
Like I said, unless you're like some of the DJs that I booked at Jungle over the years, like Bushwhacker, for example, you know, like he's one of my heroes. Then yeah, like they're gonna pull, but still not like thousands and thousands. So like, I can't afford to pay him his normal fee. You're not gonna make that much back off it. So it's
no, like the DJs who is really gonna do the difference is for Jungle is DJs like Mark Knight or some.
Sure.
Okay, these guys like, or Masio Plex. Okay, these guys. Okay.
Yeah.
People come, but if you put someone from the second, how to say, tier, yeah. I mean, the DJs know that this second tier, actually, these guys are really good, but people still don't know them. Like it happens now with my friends. If you know Don't Blink.
I've heard about it.
Yeah. So I try to bring them.
Yeah, for sure. No, Don't Blink. Yeah.
Yeah,
Techno
Don't
stuff.
Blink is really
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
tech house, and they get really on top of any charts and doing really nice production, and the performance is really great. They play in Holy Stone a couple of times, so for Jungle this is just perfect. But the name is not like Mark Knight,
Yeah.
and you.
But I mean, to be fair, certainly with Jungle, they do book a lot of DJs that are second tier,
Yeah.
without the intention of, they know that it's not going to pull in people, but that's not why they're booking them.
Yeah.
They're booking them because they're solid. The people that maybe know them, great. But
Yeah.
people that don't know them, it's just a bit more respect. It's like, okay, we booked this DJ. He's awesome. He might not pull in the crowd, but it's quality.
I am
you know.
pretty sure that the Don't Blink gonna come to Jungle. It's just a question of the time.
Yeah.
And, but it's really strange also about the bookings that, like, I propose sometimes some of my friends to local bookers or the party owners, and I'm not proposing like not I'm proposing exact thing to exact place, like it was happened with Waterfall before. Like, for example, Don't Blink, before they have a project Styline, which is more in the middle of the EDM and house and powerhouse. So it's like a lot of like powerhouse music with some remixes for Prodigy, Voodoo People, and this kind of stuff. So I'm analyzing Waterfall, these guys, and like everyone gonna go crazy. This is house, but it's near ADM, so everyone gonna be happy. And I just saw a couple of videos how they perform in China in the big clubs, like smashing the dance floor. So I say, like, this guy can come and he gonna smash the dance floor. He's like fucking great. And like, oh, we have no time now, blah blah blah, it's already booked, blah blah blah. I say, yeah, but he gonna come, and like it's you check his SoundCloud, you check his production, like fucking great DJ. He gonna kill your dance floor, and he gonna play for 2 beers.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
No, it's too late. I was like, okay, no problem, like no problem. And I supposed to play the last party of the year, so and they come and they play almost for free in the New Year's night in the Holy Stone, and one night before, 30th of December, I supposed to play in Waterfall. So I went there with Oscar from who is the Styline. We went there, and I say I can play with him back to back. He's like, okay, he's good. So we start to play back to back. I put like 2 tracks, and then he put 2 tracks. I put 2 tracks. He put 2 tracks, and I say, okay, now we go.
Yeah.
And he was like really like smashed the dance floor in the Waterfall. I swear, all DJs around like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And the bank was like, who the fuck is this?
I told you.
I say, I told you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But he say, yeah, but sometimes people like bring some blah, 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 some friends, and I say, man, like, come on, like, why I gonna do this? You just check. This is like really out of this normal level. This guy gonna be really big. He's not big yet, maybe, but he's like really crazy. You just check. So yeah, and after they book him like 2 or 3 times with the tickets and everything, and after like I bring him and like, now you play.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe
that's one way to get him in there. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I see that this DJ is really perfect spot for this event, like
yeah, no, same.
This.
I mean, I was away from Thailand for almost a year and a half, and during that time, similar to when I lived here, I would get loads of people messaging me for gigs in Thailand. I mean, I still get asked for loads of gigs in Ibiza, and I haven't lived there for 5 years. But here, so I would do the same thing, and I'd recommend, only the top friends and DJs, people that I know are going to be amazing, and I send out a little message to some venues, and almost every time, it's not personal, it's not like they don't respect my opinion, but it's like, no, like, we're okay, we have DJs coming out our ears and asshole, like, we just don't have the space. And I'm like, okay, I tried, I'm only trying to help you and help them, like, everyone's a winner. But I get it, like I said, there's too many DJs and not enough slots. That should be the name of a track.
Yeah, like, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens many times, but I think that this is like a really simple thing, that a lot of DJs and even not a DJ have good music, so each venue need to have good music.
Yeah.
Own music, like this good for this music, but this one maybe not so good for this venue. So yeah. So I think need just to check what is going on, with this venue, what's going on with this venue, what the music is this about, what music is this about. Because I'm pretty sure that many people, even on the island, who is going like crazy for the parties, they not dividing what is the difference between like your sound or like my sound,
For sure.
or
for
like
sure.
David Chong sound, or
Yeah.
like some other sound. Like everyone have different sound, and you just not even it's not even really right to put on the same like on the same grid the DJs, because they just play different music. Like
Yeah.
it's just not like, oh, this he's the best and he's not the best.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you hear that so much, the term thrown around, the best, the best,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best. For me, in my opinion, the best DJs are the DJs that have their own sound. They have their own style. I can know within 30 seconds if it's Pasha DJing. You know, you can tell. For sure,
Okay.
Chong, I can hear it. Ronnie, you know, all the best DJs, Rob Gritton, Ronnie Kush, you know, you can hear that that's them DJing. And going right up to the top, you know, like my favourite DJ, Carl Cox, for sure. I know it's a bit stereotype, you know, where people are like, oh, it's so obvious. And I don't know if you've been watching the live streams. I mean, he'll do like a funk and disco set, and it's like the best funk and disco, the mixing perfect. Then he does an old school hip hop set, 88 hip hop, turntablism scratching. I mean, every style is just amazing. And after he did 3 or 4 without house and techno, people were not complaining, but it's like, come on, I thought you were a techno DJ, you know, like, where's all your stuff? And he goes, I've actually never claimed to be a techno DJ. I'm a DJ and I love all music. The techno is a time, you know, and it's like we were saying before, it's certain rooms that you're playing at. But yeah, I mean, getting back to the original point, I can hear it's Carl Cox within like 3 seconds, you know, you can tell that's his sound.
Yeah,
no matter what
I'm
he's playing.
pretty sure he played techno because this is big venues. Big venues where you have 100,000 people, big festivals. You cannot play funk for 100,000 people.
Yeah, of
It's-
course, of course.
It's just
And people are on it, like.
like you need to play something more like, of course it's just, but when he is at house you can see, okay, he play. I saw a couple of
But even
streams.
even at his night in space, quite often he would warm up the house room for like 1 hour, maybe twice during the summer. And when I hear him play real house music, it's like the best fucking house DJ I've ever heard. It's like incredible. Like give Ronaldo a football, give Carl Cox the decks. I think really, I mean, it might not be everyone's favourite sound, but certainly technically as a DJ, the energy he brings behind the decks, this is what makes him my
The
favourite,
thing
you know?
is, like, that's what I can say about Marco Loco, that I saw not so much DJs in the world. I never like been like best parties. I never saw in the live Carl Cox, but for me, you're one of the best who can do things with the mixer,
Yeah.
like turntables, all these things, performance, like
Yeah.
having fun, enjoying, smiling, blah blah blah. So for me, you one of the best who can do like that.
Yeah,
Most
thanks, man.
I'm dancing, but I'm more like sometimes like I'm not serious, but I'm
Yeah.
dancing, but not so like.
Yeah. Hey, you're like, you've got some, you got some.
No, I have some, but it's
Different
totally
style.
different style, and you
Yeah.
can really do your things with the mixing and.
Yeah, I just
all
like to be
this-
able to use every button in front of me.
Yeah.
I like to know what's going on with it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is really really cool. So
Yeah.
like if you never saw how Marco play, you should go.
Yeah.
you should go and watch the stream which gonna be
Yeah.
today later.
Yeah,
Oxa
yeah,
Beach
Oxa Beach stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
watch the stream. It's 5:45. Marco page, Oxa Beach
Yeah.
page. So, but there you're not gonna be.
No,
crazy.
so there was like a sunset session,
Yeah.
and it was difficult because normally at sunset I play chill out like 100 BPM or slower, but because it was Oxa, I knew it had to be some house, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to play my favourite sunset house. Actually, what we were talking about before that, warm up, or even a little bit more after party,
Mhm.
just really mellow, trying to paint the picture with the sun going down. So yeah, that'll be nice.
So don't miss it. It's
Yeah.
gonna be less than 2 hours. It's gonna be starts already.
Yeah.
And you not bring USB or something like that with you?
I have a USB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just really wondering. Maybe you tell me you finish some track and you send it for the mastering somewhere, and you really can't wait when it's gonna be back to you and you want to hear it.
Yeah.
You have it?
Yeah, I've got a few of them actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we listen it? Like,
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you plug here. And actually, it's really cool, I think, for you also, because this is kind of like a
Yeah, why
studio,
not?
so you can
It'll be
hear.
nice to hear it.
Yeah, it's
Great.
always nice to hear in a different environment
Yeah.
how your music sounds. Okay, wait. I hope you use Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So if you go to Layla
Okay.
and then unfinished, is it in here? Unfinished remix.
Remix.
Yeah.
Okay. I gonna little bit. Okay?
Sure.
So this one the you made and you wait for the master.
Yeah. So this is. I think this is the master. One sec. Yeah, I think this is the master.
Ah, it's already master.
Yeah. Nice. You know the vocal? No?
I'm 32.
Yeah.
Or 34.
34?
23.
Yeah, it sounds nice. The balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really famous track called Unfinished Sympathy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by a band called Massive Attack.
Ah, yeah. Nice
And
attack.
the original is great, but it's not got this dance floorish groove to it. So as much as I love the track, I'm very rarely able to play it in sets. So that's why I wanted to remix it with a bit more groove.
It's I think it's really really cool thing that I want to do remix. Bang,
Yeah.
you do
Yeah.
remix. Guys, if you're not doing music yet,
Yeah,
go into it because it's like you want to do edit, you do edit.
Yeah.
You want to do remix, you
Yeah.
do remix. Like
yeah,
it all sounds good.
yeah,
And it's really cool that you in your music you move to this kind of more chill direction because it's really interesting.
refreshing. I think. Yeah. That's why I did it. I mean, I still make some house. I've made a load of house the last month or so, but it's kind of a go back and forth. I get bored and frustrated doing house music. You know, kick here, snare, hi hat, and rules that I have to follow. And I said, man, I just want to make some music. Let's start with a vocal. You know, and I don't know what the beat's going to be, what the bass, but you just do it really organically.
Yeah.
And yeah, this drop's quite nice. Like the phaser on the bass and all that shit, yeah, making it wonky. Techno.
No, not techno, Tacno.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Because this was the label who released one of my songs
Ah, okay.
named Tacno, and
Yeah.
they do really nice. I just put one for you if you. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I've got Rich Van.
which one?
Yeah,
this is
chilled house, right?
Yeah,
I have
he have
some.
like really nice. I guess.
Complication, that's what I
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. I used to play Seaboard a lot. This one.
So the thing is that when I found Rich, it was like a couple of years ago, and this all sound for me like old Superflu, you know, this kind of
Yeah.
like really nice vibe music, and I was like, whoa, really? And he's still doing it, and
Yeah.
he releasing really a lot, like every 2 weeks he releasing a new track, and I was like, I write to him like, man, like keep going, like, cause this really nice vibe, this really nice sound, you're just doing a great job, and he's
Yeah.
like really cool.
Nice.
And then I sent him a couple of my tracks, and he decided to release this one, so it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I play this one quite a bit. Complication. It was a seaboard bungalow kind of vibe, you know.
Yeah, just beginning.
Yeah.
And all his music is just really, really like chill, nice,
Yeah.
with vocals, with the music inside, and no rush. He's really not Russian. He's like.
He's not Russian. He's from UK.
Yeah. No. He's actually he from Hamburg. He German.
Oh yeah, nice.
German.
Yeah, I guess the name is a little bit German. Yeah, nice and friendly.
Yeah, like if you ask me, like daytime party, like morning party.
Yeah, totally.
But a lot of people.
Yeah.
But you don't need to kill them because
Yeah.
like no rush. Come on, someone killed them before already.
Yeah.
Like,
3 guys killed them before.
yeah. So now they just want to like
Yeah.
just having fun, you know. So yeah, this music is really this. I think if have venue where you can play this kind of stuff like daytime and have many people and everyone happy, then you need to again rearrange all your library because then you have really different peak time or like understanding of what is peak time.
For sure.
Like this happened with me, like with Holy Stone, because I have my own arrangement before for other venues, and you thought like this is gonna work. Then you start to play, like when we start to do Holy Stone, after we doing, you just can see that this is just not fit, and you like, oh, I thought this is like peak hour time music, but this is just not working as good as this one really good funk house remix when everyone starts screaming and dancing. It's not like I'm judging this is good, this is not good. I don't need to even have a brain. I need to have eyes and ears. I can hear the people just having fun and they just like, wow, woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, this is reaction. And everyone just like having fun, or you put your you thought this is a really good track, you put it and everyone like okay good.
Yeah, but it's
Okay good
One
so after that you just it happened with me a couple of times that I put some tracks I really believe they're really great, but they just not working. I don't know what's wrong. It's
different people, different environments. It's you can play the same track, the same place next week, and you have a different clientele, and it might go crazy, you know.
But it happens with me in Holy Stone also many times. Just I just not understand. This is completely Holy Stone track. This should work. I really love this track. Why it doesn't work? In the end, it doesn't work. No problem. If it doesn't work. No problem. Maybe I keep it. Maybe someday it starts work. Maybe we are not there. Maybe, or we're not gonna be there anywhere. But I check your last stream. You did only your own production.
Yeah, so I did 2 of them. I did a Lelo hour, like the down tempo, and then I did a house hour.
House hour was really cool. Like,
thanks, man.
You have couple of tracks. I was really like, what he's playing? Like, why?
Let's see some of the new stuff. If we go into local.
Why his production? Why he not send me this? Like.
Shit. I don't know if the new ones are in here. No, unless you were to do it in record, but no, it's too complicated.
Yeah, but some of them.
Yeah, I mean, this was like the older stuff. So like this one, for example. This was called No Requests.
I'm telling you right now.
Kind of fun.
There is not a single DJ out there that likes to hear requests.
when you did it?
2013.
Many years ago.
Hey, fuck you. You know what?
Kind of funk house. I just wanted to make a track that I could play when somebody comes up and asks for a request. And I say, sure, I play it, and then I play a track with no request. Like, get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
This is funny.
You know what?
Yeah, if we skip on a little bit, you hear the vocal a bit more.
Hey, what's being played on the radio? Play it on the radio. Play it on the radio.
I can say it's a lot of music inside your tracks.
Yeah.
You put a lot of music. I mean in a good way, man.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Playing harmonies.
Different layers.
How you manage this? Like you was musician or like?
Yeah, I mean, before DJing, I was playing the piano.
Oh, really?
Yeah, since 4.
Yeah, cause I can
Yeah.
see like you have like boom 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 boom
Mm.
boom boom boom.
Yeah.
So everything is like
Yeah.
playing by melodies. Like I'm not musician, so when I'm doing music, I need to everything playing between,
Same
but
key.
with no melodies. Some other things should playing like
Yeah.
calling, answer, and everything, but with not melodies. And your one is like put a lot of melodies.
Yeah, always with the melodies. But I mean, it's different styles, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of the best tracks that I have don't have any music in them, but I fucking
And
love them, you know.
okay, and the tech house, just
The Tech House, yeah. So they have this one here, which is a little bit. I think this was 2016, yeah. This was made in Koh after the storm. I'm sorry I don't have the new stuff. I'd love to play some of the new local next time. Boom, boom. Still sounds quite fresh.
yeah. Let's check maybe someone commenting something. Not much.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nobody watching. What the
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Alright, we can call it. I think it'd be really cool to do one, bro, and maybe do some Ableton shit. I think it would be quite interesting.
Yeah, do Ableton Street.
Yeah, we can open one of my tracks, open one of your tracks, and just talk about not go into like complicated detail.
Yeah.
But I think people might find it quite interesting.
Okay.
Maybe we can try it next week or whenever you want.
Yeah, let's
Cool.
let's try. Let's arrange maybe next
Yeah.
Wednesday again. So, guys, I think for today we're gonna be finished already. It's already we talk more than an hour.
Yeah,
I hope someone liked this conversation. Me,
I
enjoy.
liked it, man. I liked
Yeah,
it.
I was really like to talk with someone who was booking someone who
Yeah.
was on the same language to can talk with me about this kind of thing and about the scene. So see you next week. We're gonna do some Ableton things with the projects of Marco or my projects. Maybe we'll make
Cool,
one
maybe
new
both.
track. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see you. Thank
Cool.
you everyone, and thank
Ciao, guys.
to Paradigm Studio
Yeah, thank you,
and
Paradigm.
Mike and Misha for helping and
Thanks,
doing all
guys.